All right, let's dive right into this explainer. So, July 11th, a golden day in math history? July 11th might seem like just another totally ordinary day on the calendar, but it's actually a bizarre, almost magical anomaly. Seriously, it's one of the absolute greatest dates in math history. It's like the universe just decided, out of nowhere, to spark some of the most world-changing ideas we've ever known, all tied to this one specific day. One date, four minds, one connected world. We're talking about four completely different people, separated by vast oceans and entire decades. They had absolutely no idea who each other were, but they all dared to ask these deeply profound questions. And those specific questions, they are the exact reasons you have GPS to find your way home, Spotify to stream your favorite music, and the internet to instantly connect with the world today. Let's start things off with a mystery that affects every single one of us. How are your online passwords kept safe? Seriously, have you ever wondered how your banking apps, your emails, or your private text messages stay completely hidden from hackers? I mean, think about the sheer volume of invisible data constantly flying through the air right now. With stakes that high, how does all that sensitive stuff not just get intercepted and read by anyone with a laptop? To figure that out, we've actually got to travel back to July 11th, 1922, with the birth of a brilliant mathematician named J.W.S. Cassels. During the absolute height of World War II, Cassels worked in total secrecy at Bletchley Park in the UK. The tension was unimaginable. The need to intercept and understand enemy communications without them ever knowing was quite literally a matter of global survival. He was working on breaking the JN-25 Japanese naval code using Bayes' Theorem. And here's the crazy part. He didn't just guess at the answers. He used Bayes' theorem, which is basically a mathematical way to constantly update your beliefs based on new evidence. Think of it like trying to hear one single whisper in a crowded, noisy room. Cassels' math allowed the Allies to systematically strip away all the random static and isolate the true enemy signal buried underneath. Every secret code you use today relies on the math of probability. That exact same mathematical logic, born out of wartime desperation, is what scrambles your credit card data today. When you lock your smartphone or send a secure payment, you are relying on those exact same principles of probability to keep the bad guys out. The security in your pocket right now exists because someone had to find a pattern in the noise to win a war. But hey, July 11th wasn't even close to done yet. Let's rewind the clock even further, jumping back to 1898, heading to a completely different continent to look at a fascinating mystery about the nature of light itself. How does your phone screen show millions of perfect colors? Think about the screen you're probably looking at right now. Have you ever noticed how that perfectly flat piece of glass can instantly recreate the exact fiery orange of a sunset or the deep, complex blue of the ocean? How exactly does a little digital device create such incredibly vivid, perfect colors totally on demand? This modern technological marvel actually traces its roots all the way back to Egypt on July 11th, 1898, with the birth of a genius theoretical physicist named Ali Moustafa Mosharafa. The guy was an absolute prodigy. He actually graduated high school at just 16 years old and quickly dedicated his entire life to understanding the fundamental fabric of the universe. He dug deep into the quantum theory of spectral series. Basically, he mathematically explored how magnetic and electric fields interact with light. He was figuring out the microscopic traffic rules of light. By understanding how these fields force light to split into specific, predictable colors, he laid down the complex quantum foundation for the modern displays we stare at all day. He was working at the absolute bleeding edge of physics to decode how light behaves on a level completely invisible to the naked eye. The colors on your screen are just quantum physics in action. Every single time you scroll through your photos, watch a high-def movie, or just look at a vibrant app icon, you are literally looking at Mosharafa's complex quantum equations playing out right in the palm of your hand. It's wild, right? Okay, let's keep things moving. Same date, but moving 10 years later to 1908. The mathematical world is about to get another massive invisible upgrade that we all rely on today. How does Spotify instantly find your favorite song? Think about it. There are tens of millions of songs stored on servers all over the globe. Yet when you type in a search, the exact track you want pops up in mere milliseconds. How does the computer not just totally panic in all that chaos? How does it instantly know exactly where to look? For that, we have to thank an American mathematician born on, yep, you guessed it, July 11th, 1908. His name was Alfred H. Clifford. After serving his country in World War II, Clifford dedicated his entire life to uncovering the invisible rules of structure that govern our universe. He pioneered something called Semigroup Theory and the structure of abstract data. Imagine walking into a massive library where the books aren't sorted by author or title, but are just thrown into giant random piles on the floor. Clifford essentially discovered the abstract mathematical blueprint for how elements naturally group, relate, and organize themselves. He wrote the underlying code for organizing massive amounts of chaos. Behind every search bar is a mathematical universe of order. Without his foundational work, querying a modern digital database would be exactly like searching for a needle in a digital haystack. He gave our software the mathematical map to find exactly what you want, precisely when you want it. Our timeline has one final stop. Still July 11th, but we're jumping forward to the late 20th century, specifically 1995, to witness the end of an incredibly remarkable life. How do computers predict complex things like the weather? Have you ever wondered how modern AI algorithms or advanced weather apps manage to predict the future? How do they take millions of chaotic data points, shifting winds, ocean temps, unpredictable human behaviors, and mathematically forecast what's going to happen next with such stunning accuracy? The key to that modern magic lies in the work of Andrzej Alexiewicz, a remarkably brave Polish mathematician who passed away on July 11, 1995. And his story, it isn't just about math. It is a profound story of incredible human perseverance. He worked on functional analysis and the Alexiewicz norm, while literally risking his life to teach in a secret, underground university during the absolute terror of World War II. Alexiewicz was developing the mathematics of moving targets, complex systems that are constantly shifting and changing. Today, that's the exact mathematical engine that allows our modern machine learning algorithms to adapt, learn, and make incredibly accurate predictions. Even in the darkest times, math finds a way to predict the future. Think about the sheer emotional weight of that. While his physical world was literally being destroyed around him, his mind was busy calculating the mathematics of the future. He proved that even in our absolute darkest, most chaotic times, human beings can find a way to discover order. So looking back across the timeline, 1898, 1908, 1922, 1995, across different centuries, vastly different continents, and totally different life experiences, all four of these brilliant minds shared one extraordinary connection on the calendar. And more importantly, they all asked the exact same fundamental question. What is the pattern hiding inside the chaos? They completely refused to simply accept the noise. They relentlessly hunted for the hidden structures beneath the surface. And because they dedicated their lives to that pursuit, they inadvertently laid the foundations for the modern, hyper-connected world of unbreakable encryption, brilliant digital screens, and incredibly powerful computers that we all enjoy today. So I'll leave you with this. What invisible mathematical pattern will shape our world tomorrow? The next time you stream a song, unlock your phone, or check the weather, pause for just a second. Ask yourself, what invisible mathematical problem is being solved right now, in secret or in a lab somewhere, that's going to completely revolutionize our future? Keep wondering, and always keep